How to create a mobile app using Laravel. My name is Tanel and today I'll teach you how to do it. For that, we're gonna use a concept called progressive web apps. In short, progressive web apps are used to create a native feeling for web apps, and they work by having a middleman between the server and the front-end part of the website, which is called a service worker. Service workers can be used to handle offline states, to cache static files, and to display push notifications to users. So you'll have plenty of features to integrate within your app. So let's get started. First, we're going to create an icon for the app, and we'll do that by using this website called pwabuilder.com/image generator. Here, we'll click choose file, we'll upload our icon, we'll set the padding to 0 and click generate. Once we have all the icons generated, we'll click show in folder and we'll see the archive here. We'll expand it and here you can see 3 folders. Those 3 folders we'll need to copy into our app. So we'll go into our public folder, create a new folder called PWA, and in this new folder, we're going to create a new one called icons. Here we'll copy all the folders that we get from the website. So this is a default Laravel app, and in order to get started, we'll go here in the public directory and click new file, and here we'll create a file that is called manifest.json. This is the file that will be used by browsers or devices to get more information about the app. So here we can put the name of the app, the short name of the app, the description of the app, a start URL which will be equal to your main address of the website. In this case, I put app.local because this is the domain name that I set up on my local machine. Display should be standalone, which will mean that it will look just like a native app. The background color, the theme color, the orientation, which is portrait primary, and lastly, the icons of the app that we just generated. This part is done, so let's just set up the service worker. So we'll go here under resources.js in the app.js file, and here we can start the setup. First of all, we're going to check if the service worker exists in the browser, because on some browsers, this function might not be available. Then we'll register the service worker file. And here we'll just add some console logs so that we can debug in the browser. This is all the setup that needs to be done, and we can just create the service worker file. So we'll call it the same as here. First, let's define a cache name. Then we'll define which assets to be cached. As you can see, I just put the icon of the website, which is in the public directory. That's why we have the slash in front of it. Then we'll listen for the install event of the service worker, in which we will add all the assets that we defined previously into the cache. Notice that here we used event wait until, which will make sure that everything is stored into cache before going to the next event. Next, we're going to listen for the activate event of the service worker, in which we will filter all the files stored in the cache and delete the old ones. Next, we're going to listen for the fetch event, which is called every time a request is made to the server. Here we'll open the current cache and check if any of the files are present in the cache, and we'll return them. Now that we have the service worker set up, we'll need to go in the welcome blade, and here we'll add some more things. First, we'll add 2 new metas. The first one is a color for the status bar of the app, and the second one is to let iOS devices know that this app is actually capable of displaying as a native app. Then we're going to link the manifest.json that we just created, and here we'll have to link the icons for iOS devices again. Now we'll link some icons that iOS devices will use as a splash screen. And lastly, at the end of the body tag, we just link the app.js file. Now we'll save the file and run npm run dev to compile the assets. And now to test the changes we just made, we'll open Safari, type in localhost. And once we are here in the navigation bar of the Safari, you should see a develop tab. And if you don't see that, just click Safari, settings, and here under the advanced tab, you should see a checkbox for show features for web developers. You can check that and you'll have the tab open. Okay, now on this tab, we'll open the page with iPhone 15 Pro Max. And to test the app, we'll click here, scroll down until we see add to home screen. And if we click here, you should see the name you defined in the manifest.json. Click add, and this is your app. And as you can see, it's just like a native app. And now you might ask, how can you publish progressive web apps to app stores? Well, there is a site called PWA Builder in which you can type your app's URL, and this website will create bundles for all app stores. Thank you for watching, and in the next video I will show you how to distribute your app in App Store and Google Play.